Hey, welcome back to the Big Ranch Show. Thank you for joining me. Now, in a world full of chaos and hate and anger from people you have no clue who they are, what they're dealing with, you know, and looking at one of my last videos, there's a lot of people with a lot of hate out there. But the proof that there are good people out there is right here in this story. This little 8-year-old boy in this picture that you see here, Bryson Cleveland. If I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm sorry. Let me know if I am. His dog became very ill back in May. At first, the vet thought it was worms and sent him home. But the next morning, the dog had become very ill and was rushed back to the vet after losing almost 5 pounds from a day, basically. The vet then diagnosed him with parvovirus, which, of course, if you know anything about dogs, parvo is very deadly to dogs. In fact, it's one of the one of the big fears that, humane societies and dog shelters face. Because if one gets it, a lot of them can get it, right? But the treatment was going to be very expensive. The treatment was going to be over $695. The family didn't have enough money for it. It just wasn't going to have the money to do it. They didn't know what they were going to do, and the kid was really sad, very scared that he was going to lose his dog. And in the whole story hinges on that love for his dog. Because Bryson here took it upon himself, even though his mother told him not to, took it upon himself to take his Pokemon collection, all his Pokemon cards, and sit out there on that road with a sign that says Pokemon sale. He sat there on his own volition to raise money to help his dog. 8 years old, mind you. Most kids wouldn't do that, right? Even kids, I don't think most kids from in my age group when I was growing up would have done this. So I think it's awesome. I mean, the parents have obviously done something right, because this kid cares so much about something that's not himself that he was willing to get rid of something I guarantee you he loves. Because most people that collect Pokemon, they don't do it just out of, just because. It's something they love doing. It's kind of like how I used to, collect baseball cards as a kid. So, let's get on into the story, though, right? Let's get to the positive part of the story. Because it sounds sad at this point, right? But he goes out there and he donates his time and starts selling his Pokemon cards. From the articles I've read and the one I saw from Good Morning America earlier, this kid only sold a few. Until people in the community, I guess, somehow came across this picture. They had been sent to his mother. And the community got a hold of it and started showing up with their Pokemon cards to donate to the kid. And to give money to the kid so he could help raise money to fix his dog. And this shows you that there are people out there that actually care. You don't see it very often. But this is the second story in a few weeks that I've done where you can tell that a community came together to help somebody other than themselves for the greater good. But in the end, he ended up getting almost $400 out of that. In the meantime, his mother had made a GoFundMe campaign asking for $800 to cover the $695 plus whatever else could come up, because that was just an estimate of $695. They made a total of $21,000 on their GoFundMe campaign, showing you how good people can be. They made $21,000 after only asking for $800 to help this family's dog and this kid's dog. So I think it's awesome, right? It's an awesome story. And for me, the fact that this kid was going to give his own stuff away, I think he's going in the right direction, if you ask me. Let's hope so. Because it seems to me his parents have done something right. If he cares so much about his dog that he would give away his stuff, the stuff he enjoys, to save that dog. And in the end, the dog is fine. Bruce is home, happy, they say more energetic than ever. So the dog got his treatment. The dog is perfectly healthy now. And so after they set aside some money for future vet bills in case something else major happens like this, and if you're a pet owner, you know those surprise charges are scary because you never know where they're coming from, and you never know how you're going to cover them. We got lucky when our dog needed a five or $600 treatment for heartworms back shortly after we got her. We didn't know where we were going to get it, but if it wasn't for Care Credit, we wouldn't have been able to cover it. So I understand where this kid's coming from because it's scary. You know, when your dog is sick and you can't do nothing about it. But after they set aside some money for future potential, vet bills that they may have to pay for in the future, they're going to donate that money or set aside that money, the leftover money, to help other people in their community get treatment for their dogs when they can't afford it. So not only did this community come together, not only did this kid go out there and sell his own stuff to raise money to save his dog, people came together and gave enough money and enough money of theirs to this family that this family is now going to be able to help many people in their community. I think that's awesome. It's something we need in this climate, because in this climate we don't see this very much. We don't see love and compassion like this much anymore. And I keep telling people it's there. You don't see it on the news. You're not going to see it on the mainstream media. All you see is divide and bickering. But the truth is, there are good people out there. They're hard to find. They can be hard to find because they're not highlighted every day. They're not in the news every day. But this right here shows that they can be. Good people should be highlighted. We should be highlighting the good people more than the bad. We don't need to talk about all the bad stuff on the news every single night. We don't need a news cycle that repeats the bad stuff 24/7. We need stories like this. I understand how media works. But to Bryson here, good job. I think you did a great job, kid. And trying to help your dog is a very noble cause. And I'm glad other people joined in to help. Anyways, y'all have a great day. I'll see you down the road. And, be nice to each other.